11 Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. I was just now building on things pertaining to the catastrophes. Now, these people that control these catastrophes, they control them for various reasons. Whenever they want to push you out of a jurisdiction or out of a section of a place where they feel like they can benefit from, they cause catastrophes. And they have a military list. Notice how down south, Midwest, and lower east of the United States Corporation, there's more so-called catastrophes that's created by man. And we're going to the natural catastrophes. Because somebody asked me, how do I know that these are not natural catastrophes? All you have to do is study the animals and the birds. You will know that they're natural catastrophes. And you can pan them out from there. But a lot of people don't know that they are right now, they are doing drills. We mad because we are seeing stuff going on in Houston, such as the hurricanes, Hurricane Katrina. That was all basic drills. Sooner or later, you're going to see hurricanes hit states in a rhythm of shapes, such as circles, meaning that they're going to set off certain things in Mississippi, Tennessee. When you start seeing catastrophes go off in Mississippi and Tennessee, remember that Mississippi has crooked letters in it, such as 2 S's. Tennessee has 2 N's. Every state is a code for them. So these are detrimental states. So Mississippi having 2 S's mean that they have a balanced or a more superior hit whenever they target this with these antennas that they have in Alaska. But these antennas in Alaska, it's 150 of them that they use to heat up the clouds, because the clouds are military bases. The processed clouds that you see above your head, most of these clouds are not real. They use chemtrails to keep these things sustainable, so that when certain people who is higher up in the military can go to these clouds, to these space stations. And then you also have clouds under your feet where they have space stations. Okay? Now, so once they start hitting buttons and these antennas, and you want to start seeing hurricanes in Mississippi, hurricanes in Tennessee, and surrounding states, they're going to do it in a shape of a circle, which means they're going to push everybody into the middle of the state. Right? This is when you know that martial law has occurred. All of this stuff is just basic training. We are in the middle of something that we call an experimentation. The whole United States is experimentation. All right? So, a lot of people ask me, how do I know when natural disasters are occurring? I say that birds, when you study birds, birds have a high intelligence when it comes to spiritual connections with what we call the universe. Why do I use birds? Because birds have a certain physiological structure that is identical to systems that they use in Alaska that we call the HARP system. In order for them to create antennas to be able to tap into certain things and create catastrophes, they have to study the biology of certain things that is identical to it. So what does a bird have? It has a quick system within its brain that can sense certain things days ahead of time. This is what they call meteorologists. They have a meteor-like substance in their biochemical structure. And this is where they get the meteorologists from the bird blueprint. So when you're studying the bird can look at things. It can look at cars. It can look at the way the trees is blowing. If the bird see the trees blowing east or west, it knows that something is coming 4 days ahead of time. And it's not using numbers. It's calculating because it's seeing through its third eye. So if you wanna be ahead of the meteorologist people and not get caught up in this bullshit, whether it's man-made or natural catastrophe, just study the birds and the directions that they move. Matter of fact, if you don't want to study birds, for those who like to swim, go study fish. When fish start to swim in a certain sequence, this tells you that a certain catastrophe is coming. As well. You get what I'm saying? So we have to go back into nature to become a part of nature in order to reenact the things that nature is trying to give to us, because nature warns us, but we ignore them. You get what I'm saying? Nature is a part of we're talking about the ancestors.
Yeah, it's like waking up from a bad dream. Just to figure out you wasn't dreaming in the first place.